And now let's introduce tonight's starting lineups. First for the Mid-Atlantic Christian Mustangs. At guard, a 5'4" freshman from Timminsville, South Carolina, number 1, Imani Simmons. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore from Woodbridge, Virginia, number 3, Amanda Lemons. At guard, a 5'2" senior.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Apprentice School Athletic Center on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding right here in Newport News, Virginia for tonight's matchup between the Lady Builders and the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Hello again, everyone. Howard McCain here with you at courtside, along with our engineer producer for tonight's basketball game, Sekou Fried, and we're getting set to bring you another night of exciting basketball action, just like we did last night. If you missed it last night, you missed a fantastic game between the Lady Builders and the Royals of Regent University. For quite a bit of time in that basketball game, the Lady Builders controlled. Actually were up by 20 points in the third period. But the Royals scraped, scratched, and fought their way back and actually forced overtime. But the Builders were just a little bit too much for the Royals as the Lady Builders ran away with it in overtime to pick up their 8th win of the season, which now puts their overall record at 8-14. For Coach Nicole Jackson, she gets back one of her players. Again tonight, Taylor McCaslin will be on the floor, but she will not start. But the Lady Builders do have some depth on the bench. You can't really say that tonight for the Mustangs from Mid-Atlantic Christian University. They only have 5 players to play with. Now, do we know what that feels like? Absolutely. For a few games this season, the Lady Builders only could put 5 players on the court, but tonight, it's the Mustangs' turn to do that. So will the Mustangs be able to keep all the ladies on the court tonight so that they can finish the game at full strength? Again, they cannot substitute anyone tonight. So if you're Coach Nicole Jackson, you want to run up and down the court all night, try to tire this team out and get out of here with a victory, which would be their 9th on this season. Both teams, both starting lineups have been introduced, and we are underway here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, home of the Lady Builders, as the Mustangs come out firing first. Shot is missed. Aquasia Jones gets the ball over to Alexis Weddington. Jones, Weddington, feed down low, goes up to go to Sabree Clegg. She misses. Both teams unable to hit on their first shot of the basketball game. It's 9:30 left in the first period. We're scoreless as we're just underway here. Late start for the ladies, 7 p.m. tip. Again, the Mustangs from Mid-Atlantic University with only 5 players as the first points of the basketball game are on the board. Amanda Lemons drains a long 3 from the top of the circle. Well, actually the top of the arc. So the Lady Builders now trail 3-0. 9:03 remaining in the first period as Brittany Jones handles the pass over to Aquasia Jones. Misses the 3-point attempt of her for her first shot of the night, but it's Sabree Clegg. Shot up and good. Sabree Clegg, 1 of 2 on tonight shooting, and she records the first basket. For the Lady Builders, Lady Builders trail by a score of 3-2 as the Mustangs go on the attack. Imani Simmons, she hoists a 3, comes out no good. Rebound taken by Sabree Clegg. It'll be Imani Simmons, Amanda Lemons, who's already scored. Shot is up, no good, but we do have a foul. And Alexis Weddington will go to the line to shoot 2. Early on here in the first, and that will be the first personal foul on Imani Simmons. That'll be the first team foul as Alexis Weddington will step to the line to shoot 2 to try and take the lead for the Lady Builders early in the first period. As the first of 2 misses. Imani Simmons, Amanda Lemons, Kanisha Murray, and Talitha Alexander make up the starting 5 for the visiting Mustangs as Weddington misses both free throws. So the Lady Builders continue to trail in the basketball game 3-2 over the visiting Mustangs again. Mid-Atlantic Christian University hails from Elizabeth City, North Carolina as Talitha Alexander handles, able to get a nice pass down low. to Kanisha Murray, who's unable to hit. Here's Weddington, 8:01 left in the first. Lady Builders still trail as Jones. Second opportunity for a three misses, and the Mustangs are running. Shot by Lemons is no good. Rebound fought for and lost out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Builders. 23 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 7:46 left in the first period. As Sabri Clegg, Anastasia Tunis, Aquasia Jones, Alexis Weddington, and Brittany Jones make up the starting five for the home Builders, as we have a clock issue that has been fixed, and we are now back to playing as Talitha Alexander drives to the basket, shot up, no good. Builders running. Here's Aquasia Jones. Again, Builders still trail in the basketball game, 3-2, 7:32 left. Sabri Clegg down low. And a surprising miss by Sabri. That is her shot. So the Mustangs work the ball over half court, 7:18 remaining in the first. And the three-point shot is missed. Rebound taken by the Mustangs. And we can see pretty much what the Mustangs are going to do on offense tonight. The long ball is what they are dialing up, and so far they've dialed it up quite a bit early on. So far only 2 shots at the basket inside the arc, as Alexander able to get her shot up and good, and that's the second made three-point shot for the Mustangs, and the Lady Builders trail by 4, 6-2. 7:48 remaining in the first, as Weddington able to split the defense. Shot is up and good. Lady Builders trail by a single basket, 6-4. Mustangs in control. Early on in the basketball, they've led throughout. Again, it's early, 6:30 left in the first. As Lemons over to Alexander, guarded closely by Jones. Defense collapses, and they leave Lemons wide open for the long three-pointer. So if this type of offense continues tonight for the Mustangs, and I see no reason why it should change, then the Lady Builders will have to make an adjustment on defense, possibly extend the defense out of the lane to try and guard the three-point shot a little bit more closely, as Brittany Jones works it over into the corner to Aquasia Jones, who missed absolutely everything. Here's Amani Simmons with the basketball. Amani Simmons handles the basketball for the Mustangs as they lead in the first, 9-4 over the Lady Builders, on the strength of 3 three-point shots that have gone down. Here's Simmons. Simmons shoots. That was a long 2. So that's one of the rare opportunities that the Mustangs have tried to score the basketball inside the three-point arc. Brittany Jones misses the easy layup. Here come the Mustangs once again. Lemons with the basketball. Lady Builders in a matchup zone. Quasia Jones defending. Shot clock at 15. Simmons with the basketball, guarded closely by Brittany Jones. Simmons not able to find anywhere to dribble drive with the basketball. Gets it off to Lemons, who kicks to Alexander. She's already hit from there once and make it twice. Talithia Alexander hits her second three-point shot of the basketball game, and we get a timeout. Timeout being taken by the Lady Builders as they trail early on here. 4:51 left in the first period. The Lady Builders trail by 8 here at home to the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University. And you see it, and I see it. The Mustangs aren't concerned with trying to score the basketball inside the three-point arc. They are going to shoot three-point shots, and they're going to shoot them often until the Lady Builders make a defensive change and guard the three-point line a little bit closer. And I believe that's why Coach Nicole Jackson called that timeout, because she wants to employ a different defensive strategy on for her basketball team. They're either going to do one of two things. They're either going to dial up the pressure defense, or they're going to extend their defense and guard the three-point line just a little bit closer. So both teams are off of the bench, back onto the basketball court. Let's see what happens here, as we are just coming off of the first call timeout by the Lady Builders. Tunis inbounds to Weddington. 4:48 remaining in the first period. Lady Builders trail by 8 here at home to the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University, as Weddington finds Tunis. Tunis inside, shot misses. But Clegg is there to clean it up. Gets her own rebound, shot is up and good, and also count the foul. That foul call will be on number 4. That's Kanisha Murray. That will be her first personal foul, the team's first. And Sabree Clegg will toe the line to shoot 2. Well, actually to shoot 1, trying to complete the 3-point play. And the free throw is up and good. 12-7 is our score. Mustangs over the Lady Builders, 4:29 remaining in the first period as Lemons already has 6 points in the basketball game to Simmons. Shot up by Murray, misses. Murray was the one that committed the foul on Sabree Clegg for the 3-point opportunity as Jones over to Weddington. Back to Jones. Jones attempts another 3-point shot that misses. So far, Jones 0 for 4 from 3-point land. As the Mustangs have collapsed their defense into the lane to guard against any kind of dribble penetration by the Lady Builders into the paint for an easy basket. But while they're doing that, the Lady Mustangs are still scoring from 3-point land. That's the 3rd 3-pointer made by Lemons here in the first period. She has 9. And the Mustangs lead 15-7, 3:38 remaining. Here's Jones. Jones, another shot at the basket, misses. Rebound comes off to Alexis Harris. 3:28 left in the first period. As Lemons works it over to Simmons. Here's Murray with the basketball being guarded closely by Aquasia Jones. Murray into the paint. Shot up, no good, but she is fouled. That foul will be on Anastasia Tunis. That will be her first personal foul. That will be the team's first. So Kanisha Murray will step to the line to shoot 2 as the Mustangs enjoy an 8-point lead here early in the first. As the first of her 2 misses wide of the basket, 3:13 left in the first. The officials for tonight's game are Cindy Lavertu, Aaron Formby, and Ryan Coots. I'm sorry, that's Wayne Cutts. As we get a stoppage by the official in the backcourt. 3:11 on the game clock. As we make an adjustment to the shot clock. Shot clock currently sits at 29 seconds. So Cindy Lavertu stopped play to make sure that we're all on the same page as the shot clock is now at 26. Lady Builders still trail by 8, 3:11 remaining in the first period as Weddington handles the basketball for the Lady Builders, who so far have trailed throughout the basketball game early on as they work against the zone defense of the Mustangs. Weddington able to get to the basket, but unable to get the shot down, and neither was Clegg. Mustangs control. As we get a stoppage in play from the official to make another adjustment to the shot clock. Shot clock will be reset to 27 seconds. 2:48 left here in the first. Mustangs lead by 8, 15-7. As the methodical style being played this afternoon by the Mustangs has so far been very successful, as the Builders have gone to a man-to-man defense here late in the first period to put a little bit more pressure on the basketball as Alexander looks to find a shot, able to get it down low to Simmons, who misses. Here's Jones. Jones trying to cross over the defense, nothing doing, so she backs it out wisely to reset the offense as Weddington gets it back to Jones. 2:09 remaining as Jones behind the 3-point line, air ball. Missed shot corral by Sabree Clegg, who misses the point-blank range layup, but the ball is tapped out by Tunis. Long 3-point shot is finally up and good for Aquasia Jones. So Aquasia Jones not employing the not give up attitude from 3-point land as she finally hits her first. She's now 1 of 5 from behind the arc, and that narrows the Mustang lead to 5, but not for long, as Lemons is able to hit on the baseline, and that pushes the Mustang lead up to 7. 1:28 left in the first. 17-10, Mustangs lead over the Lady Builders. here in the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Long three-point shot, in and out for Weddington. Rebound cleared by the Mustangs as, again, the Mustangs slow things down. Mustangs attack the basket. Missed layup. Loose ball controlled by Weddington. Weddington to Jones. Jones makes the layup at the 1 minute mark, as we now have ticked under 1 minute remaining in the first period. Lady Mustangs up 17-12 over the Lady Builders. Mustangs have pretty much led throughout the entire basketball game, on the heels of some early three-point makes by Lemons, who gets the ball off to Harris. Harris misses. 39 seconds remaining in the first period as Jones, little soft jumper that goes down. And now the Lady Builders trail by 3. 17-14 Mustangs, 25 seconds left here in the first period. Here's Lemons with the basketball. This is actually Lemons with the basketball. That was Simmons who passed it off. Her shot is up and no good, but she is fouled on the play. 13 seconds left in the first. That foul call is going to go against Alexis Weddington. That will be her first personal foul and the team's second, as Amanda Lemons, who leads all scorers currently for the visiting Mustangs. She has 11, and now make it 12 as she drains the first of two. 18-14. Mustangs over the Builders. 13.7 seconds remaining in the first, as Lemons drains the second. 19-14 is our score as Weddington crosses the timeline with the game clock now at 7. Weddington directs the offense. Game clock at 5. 4, feed in the corner to Jones. 2, down low to Sabri Clegg. Shot up good if it goes, and it does not. And that is the way the first period will come to a close here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, as the Lady Builders, after one, trail the visiting Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University by a score of 19-14. Again, welcome back to courtside. Howard McCain here, joined by Sekou Fry, our engineer-producer, and a bit of a strange first period that was for the Lady Builders. Not a lot of energy being shown by our team. Again, a big emotional win last night over the Royals of Regent University may have left these ladies drained, or could it be the fact that they worked an 8-hour workday prior to coming out here and playing this basketball game? So either one could be the factor, or they both could be contributing factors to a somewhat lethargic start by the Lady Builders. Let's hope that in the second period, the energy picks up just a little bit for the Lady Builders. They were able to put together some scores and get themselves back into this basketball game, right now trailing by 5 after 1 period of play here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, as we take a look at some of the first quarter stats. Leading scorer for the visiting Mustangs, again, Amanda Lemons. She has 13 on the heels of 3 of 3 from three-point land. So the Mustangs showed early on what they intend to do, and that's to shoot the long ball often as they possibly can. 2 players with 4 rebounds in the first period for the visiting Mustangs. That's Amani Simmons and Kenesha Murray. For the Lady Builders, leading scorer Sabri Clegg is with 5 points, is also joined by Aquasia Jones with 5. Leading rebounder, again, Aquasia Jones and Sabri Clegg, both with 5 rebounds apiece. Neither ball club turned the ball over in the first period, as we're now getting set to start the second period of play here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, we want to thank Bayport Credit Union for being the title sponsor of Builder Athletics. And we are back to action as Sabri Clegg controls, kicks, cross court. Here's Brittany Jones back to Tunis. Tunis, 3-point shot, no good. Brittany Jones with the long rebound as the Builders attempt to break down the defense of the Mustangs, but nothing doing, as Aquasia Jones pass to Brittany Jones sails out of bounds, and that's the first turnover of tonight's basketball game by either team. And that's pretty amazing considering the fact that the Lady Builders had 26 turnovers last night against Regent University. As Lemons directs the offense, here's Alexander. Alexander with 2 3-point baskets of her own in the ball game, but unfortunately for her, Her pass sails out of bounds, but I believe the official is saying that it was last touched by the Lady Builders. And that will be the call, as the Mustangs will inbound on the baseline just underneath their own basket. Ball is inbounded to Lemons, whose shot hits the side of the backboard. And the carom comes off to Jones, who finds Brittany Jones. Brittany Jones, unable to get into the paint, as Sabree Clegg shoots and misses. Imani Simmons with yet another rebound. She had 4 in the first period. That'll be her 5th of the basketball game, as Murray kicks it out to Alexander. Alexander nearly had her pocket picked that time by Tunis, but she was able to get control of the basketball as the Lady Builders, unable to pick up the loose ball on the sideline. It goes out of bounds. So the basketball will stay with the Mustangs. 30 seconds on the shot clock. No correction, they just corrected that. Now 8 seconds on the shot clock. The official deemed that there was no change of possession during that exchange. And now the shot clock has been readjusted to 30 seconds. Okay, 8:41 left in the first half here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Lady Builders trailed 19-14, have trailed throughout to the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University as Murray works against Clegg. Correction, here's Murray, whose shot is up and good. Shot is up, no good for Aquasia Jones, and she is fouled. That foul call will go on Alexis Harris. That'll be her first personal foul. She is yet to score in the basketball game, as Aquasia Jones will step to the line to shoot 2. 8:15 left in the first half. Lady Builders trail by 7. And the first of 2 by Aquasia Jones misses. Lady Builders in the first period, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Of course, that's for 50%. And the second of 2 also misses. So that percentage from the free throw line will tick down just a little bit, as the Lady Builders are now 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Here's Weddington. Kick out to Jones. Jones, long 3-point shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Alexander. Here's Lemons with the basketball as she decides to pull it out. Long 3-point shot, in and out for Alexander, but the rebound and the putback is good for Simmons, and she was fouled. That foul will go on Sabree Clegg. That will be her first personal foul and the team's first of the second period, as Simmons completes the 3-point play. Imani Simmons now has 3 points in the basketball game, and the surprising Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University now lead by 10 over the Lady Builders, 24-14 here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. As Jones goes on the attack, nearly double dribbled with the basketball, was able to get it to Aquasia Jones. But another rebound comes down to Alexander. That's her second rebound of the basketball game. Mustangs control up by 10, 7-12 left in the first half, as Alexis Harris is able to get it to Alexander, who on the give and go gets it down low to Lemons, who does not get the layup to go. Lady Builders out and running. Jones fouled, shot no good, but she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Mustangs foul number 1 Imani Simmons, her second team foul.
That foul is on number 10, Alexis Harris. Or did they give it to Imani Simmons? I think they may have given it to Imani Simmons. That will be her second personal foul. As Aquasia Jones makes the first free throw, and that narrows the Mustang lead down to 9. 24-15, 6:56 left here in the second period, as the second of 2 for Aquasia Jones is good. 24-16, 6:56 left in the first half as we get a timeout. That's going to be officials' timeout. As we have a stoppage in play, I believe it's due to the shot clock once again. Shot clock is in motion, 24 seconds left for the Mustangs. As Harris squares and drains the jumper right in the face of Sabree Clegg. So for Harris, those are her first points of the game, and the Mustang lead is back to 10. 26-16 is Sabree Clegg. Shot misses. Rebound by Weddington, but Weddington traveled with the basketball. So that'll be another turnover for the Lady Builders. And if my scorekeeping is correct, I believe that is only their second turnover of the basketball game. As Lemons gets the ball over to Harris. Harris's shot blocked by Sabree Clegg, and maybe that block will light a fire under the Lady Builders. Again, playing very, very lethargic as Weddington able to get to the basket. She's fouled. Count the basket. Alexis Weddington with the hoop and the harm for the Lady Builders. And it makes our score now Mustangs 26, Builders 8. 8-point lead right now by the Mustangs as Weddington steps to the line to try and complete the three-point play. And her free throw is no good. And if you're paying very close attention to the broadcast, you will notice that Alexis Weddington's right hand, her shooting hand, is heavily wrapped. According to her coach, Nicole Jackson, she's playing with a sprained thumb tonight. So we'll see if that will affect her free throw shooting and her shot selection as the night goes on. As once again, she handles the loose ball, gets it down court, unable to convert. Basketball kicked out to Jones, inside to Clegg. Clegg, jumper, in for two. 26-20 now. Lady Builders slowly making their way back into the basketball game as we get a timeout. Timeout being taken by head coach Charles Troxell for the Mustangs. That's going to be a 30-second timeout, 5:29 remaining in the first half. Mustangs lead by 6, 26-20 over the Lady Builders. And again, thank you for joining us here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, home of the Lady Builders, who again are coming off of a very, very emotional and very, very hard win last night against Regent University. And like I said, if you were not available to see that game last night, you missed a really, really good one, as the Lady Builders were able to fight back and win the basketball game in overtime over Regent University. But boy, oh boy, it took a lot of effort and a lot of energy to win that basketball game last night. May have taken more energy than any of us realized, because right now the Lady Builders are somewhat struggling here in the first half. The Mustangs are giving them all that they can handle so far. Again, Mustangs only playing with 5 players tonight. Lady Builders know exactly what that feels like as Murray handles the basketball over to Lemons. Lemons to Murray. Murray shot off the glass and good. 28-20 now. Mustangs lead is pushed back up to 8. 4:58 remaining in the first half. Lady Builders 20. 28-20 is our score as Weddington and Jones work the ball down low to Clegg, who forces the shot. Basket no doing as the Mustangs control. Not only have they controlled the glass, they've controlled the scoreboard for the entire first half up to this point, as they were able to come out and hit a couple of threes early on, take the lead, and have kept the lead so far. 5:25 left. Shot clock at 6. Here's Simmons. Simmons, shot up, no good. Rebound taken by Jones. Jones finds Clegg. Clegg, her jumper misses. Mustangs running. Mustangs with the numbers, as Alexander tries to get herself freed up for the 3 ball, but she double dribbles. So that's going to be a turnover for the visiting Mustangs, as the Builders make their first substitution of the basketball game, as Taylor McCaslin makes her way in, and Sabree Clegg gets an opportunity to come to the sideline for a rest. 4:03 remaining in the first half. Lady Builders trail 28-20, have trailed pretty much the entire basketball game. The Mustangs, again on the heels of some early 3-point shooting, have been able to take a lead and have kept the lead throughout, as Brittany Jones works it over to Aquasia Jones. Shot clock now at 12. Brittany Jones just inside, now outside of the three-point arc. Long three-point attempt, no good for Aquasia Jones. Fight on the floor as a jump ball is the call on the floor, and the Lady Builders have the possession arrow in their favor. Nice job of hustling, getting after the basketball by Taylor McCaslin. 28-20 is our score. Lady Builders trail the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University. Here's Lemons to Murray. Murray into the lane. Shot is blocked by Aquasia Jones. So the ball will stay on this end. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. 3:22 left on the game clock. As the inbound comes to Murray. Harris to Simmons. Simmons to Lemons. Alexander with the basketball. As Alexander unable to get her pass down to Murray. Ball sails out of bounds. That's a turnover for the Mustangs. 3:08 left in the first half. Lady Builders still trail by 8 to the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University as Jones works against the zone defense of the Mustang. Feed goes down low to Weddington, who's able to split the defense and force the layup and in. And that trims the Mustang lead down to 6. 28-22, 2:41 left in the first half as Lemons works it down to Harris. Simmons with the shot clock at 15. Lemons directing the offense. Shot clock at 8. Lemons with Jones on her. Shot was partially blocked. Brittany Jones comes away with the loose basketball. Jones takes it all the way and loses it out of bounds, but she's fouled. So that foul will go on Alexis Harris. That will be her second personal foul to go along with her 2 points on tonight's basketball game. That will be the team's fourth, and that will put Brittany Jones at the free throw line to shoot 2 with 2:15 remaining in the first half. Lady Builders down by 6. Brittany Jones misses the first of 2. So the Lady Builders continue to trail by 6 to the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And the second of 2 goes down. 28-23 our score. Lady Builders trail by 5, 2:08 left in the first half as Harris works against McCaslin. McCaslin, tough defense that time, forces the difficult shot by the Mustangs. Mustangs unable to convert. Here's Weddington on the other end. She's bumped. Shot goes up and good. No foul as Weddington records her 8th point of the basketball game as the long outlet comes down to Harris. Harris throws it away. Weddington out and running. Weddington has her pocket picked. Nice job of defense that time by Kanisha Murray, but they give it right back, the Mustangs, to the Lady Builders. Brittany Jones' shot is short. Amani Simmons pulls down yet another rebound for the Mustangs with 1:13 remaining. Here's Alexander. Alexander has her pocket picked by Tunis. Jones trailed. Shot is up and good as we go under the 1-minute mark in the first half, and the Lady Builders have trimmed the Mustang lead down to 1. Mustangs will not be able to hold for the final shot. There are 23 seconds on the shot clock, about 45 seconds on the game clock as Lemons works against Weddington. Lemons off of a screen finds Murray. Murray, shot is blocked. The 5'10" Aquasia Jones records her second block shot of tonight's basketball game as Harris looks the inbound. 12 seconds on the shot clock as Alexander misses the three-point attempt. Here's Weddington off to Brittany Jones. Brittany Jones with the Euro step, but they say she traveled. So Brittany Jones on the fast break gives it right back to the Mustangs, and the Mustangs continue to hold to the lead in the basketball game, 28-27. Game clock at 22, shot clock is off. Mustangs can hold for the final shot of the first half and possibly go into the halftime locker room with the lead as Lemons gets into the lane, shot up and good. As Lemons records her 15th point of the basketball game as Jones with the game clock at 4-3. Shot is up and good, 2-1-0, and that's how the first half will end. The Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University hold their lead of 1 point, 30-29, as both teams leave the court for halftime intermission. And welcome back to half court, or court side as I like to call it, here with Howard McCain, as both teams again are making their way into the locker room for a halftime rest and instructions, as Coach Charles Troxell's Mustang team of Mid-Atlantic Christian University have come in and played themselves a really nice half of basketball. Out of the opening tip where they've pretty much controlled things on the scoreboard ever since this game has started. A couple of three-pointers from the Mustangs gave them the early lead in the basketball game, and they held it all the way to this point in the basketball game as they go into the locker room with the Mustangs up by a single point, 30-29 over the Lady Builders and Nicole Jackson, as we take a look at some of the first half stats. Leading all scorers, like we've already said, Amanda Lemons has done it all so far as scoring for the Mustangs. She has 15 points. She's trailed behind by, I believe it's Talithia Alexander. Sorry about that, Talithia Alexander. She has 6, and that comes on the heels of 2 3-point baskets that she was able to drain from the same spot on the floor in the first period. Leading rebounder is Imani Simmons. She's only about 5'3", but she has 9 rebounds so far in the basketball game as the teams make their way into the halftime locker room. For our Lady Builders, leading scorer is Aquasia Jones. She has 11. She also has 9 rebounds, and she's also tied for the rebounding lead with Alexis Weddington. Alexis Weddington with 9 rebounds. Both teams ended the first period with 0 turnovers. Both teams combined have given up 11 turnovers, 6 for the visiting Mustangs, 5 for the Lady Builders. As far as shooting goes, 11 of 33 are the Mustangs for 33.3%. They're 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 of 10 from three-point land. The Lady Builders are 12 of 38, so the Lady Builders have gotten up 5 more shots than the Mustangs. Have only made 12 of them. They are 1 of 10 from three-point land, 4 of 10 from the free throw line. So that's 6 points that the Lady Builders have left at the free throw line. If they're able to convert the freebies, then they go into the locker room currently up in the basketball game. But as it goes, 30-29 is our halftime score here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding right here in Newport News, Virginia. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get you all set for the second half of action between the Lady Builders and the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University.
I wanted to go off to college, but my grades, they really weren't up to par. I grew up quick. I came in as a 19-year-old. It was kind of tough waking up at 6 o'clock to be to work for 7, work 8 hours a day, and still go out there and perform and play basketball at a high level. When I graduated the apprentice school, there was a sense of pride, self-confidence. I was motivated to go the next level, to get my business degree. Just coming in, I didn't have that confidence. But the staff were so great at the apprentice school, working with me and instilling the confidence in me to believe in myself. And when I walked across the stage, I felt, a part of something special. I rung the bell twice. Once for my family that was pushing me, and twice for the naysayers. We're building a new class ship. We faced some tough challenges, but as a crew and as a whole, we're coming together, we're putting it together. It's the first of its class, and right now I'm doing long-term makeup. My daily task on a day-to-day basis was to maintain a group of 15 people. I'll instruct them on what to do, I'll give them their job, the paperwork for the day. I'll make sure that they're working safe. I'll go around and monitor their work. 20 years, I'd like to be the director of the apprentice school or something like that, or even X32 department. I got a 20-year mark to become a director. Apprentice school is a place of love, friendship, happy, outgoing people. Just a place you can call home, you know? I just think the apprentice school is a place of opportunity.
I am a foundry apprentice. It's going to be 2 years for me in September. The first year it was pretty tough for me. I'm from New Mexico. I'm pretty far away from home, and I was finding a hard balance between school and work and basketball, and I came right into basketball season, my start date, and I'm really proud that I made it through. The foundry is a unique trade. It's the only trade I know that you take raw materials and turn it into a product. Working with the multi-metal, I was very nervous when I started. Even being in the vicinity of pour operations and with the multi-metal, you have to have a deep respect for it, and you can never become complacent. I would say as a molder, there's a lot of details that go into the job, but in a nutshell, we just take sand, we ram it into a mold, and through process it becomes a finished casting. And these castings go on aircraft carriers and submarines as well. It's physically demanding. A lot of it is thinking. And you got to be able to think before you act so that you don't injure yourself, where safety is our #1 priority there. And I think as far as applying yourself and engaging, if you engage and apply yourself in the trade, you'll learn a lot. And I'm still learning in my apprenticeship. The foundry, when I first got there, was very intimidating to me. I was nervous about it. I had no idea what I was going to be doing. There's a whole bunch of men in there, and there hasn't been a female that graduated from there yet. So I was nervous about it, but it was the exact opposite when I started. The guys in there are very nice. They look out for me. They don't want me to get hurt. I'll probably be the first girl to graduate in there, hopefully. So that's kind of exciting. We're going to make history. So the most valuable thing that I have gained throughout my apprenticeship is definitely growing as an individual, having more confidence in myself than I did when I first came here. And I realized that that's adding to the way I perform in my trade, and me maturing and growing up is helping me develop into a better person to one day try to be a great leader in this company. The apprentice school is by far the best decision I have ever made. It's definitely a stepping stone to build a great career here at Huntington Needles.
Here we go.
My name is Letitia McCain. I am Director of Education of the Apprentice School. And I think the most fun part of it all is building a relationship with the students.
You know, the opportunity we can offer here at the Apprentice School is a very unique one. To prospective student athletes it's one of a kind.
My favorite part about being an apprentice is getting to work with my hands and playing football. And since I came in the yard, I've matured a lot, coming in straight out of high school, and I'm able to work better with others.
Oh man, it's a great experience. I mean, you're doing what you love. You're learning a great trade that you can use anywhere. It's just a great experience, best experience I ever had.
I loved it because it taught me time management, it taught me patience. I was one of those ones that did everything last minute, so it taught me how to go to work, get time for resting, get time for homework and school, and stay on top of things. My favorite thing about being an apprentice has to be the numerous opportunities that you get. As long as you show initiative, determination, and you dedicate yourself, there's no door that can't be opened.
It's not your traditional four-year college scholarship type athlete. Just hearing about the women actually getting out and working every day told me a lot about their character to even sign up and be committed to a program like this. So the challenge, I think, just knowing that these women can do both, it was inspiring.
Wrestling is one of those sports where it takes serious dedication to be really good at. And just like every other apprentice, they're going to school and they're going to work all day. They're working on nuclear aircraft carriers and submarines and being a full-time athlete.
I didn't know what to think. I was blindsided. Got to grow up a little fast, but I made it work. Been here 10 years now. And yeah, tuition free, simple. It's as simple as that.
Most recent grads that are graduating high school, their first year at college or typical university, they're sleeping in sometimes in the mornings. Our guys and young ladies are out beating on steel at 5:30 in the morning sometimes.
It's completely different. You really see how responsible you have to be to get up every morning and get to work, and how much people really rely on you.
This is not for somebody that's soft. It's something that it's very rewarding when you get through it. It's a long day. You're up at 5 or so. You may go to school all day. You may work all day. Practice afterwards. Get home, clean up, eat, do your homework, and get to bed and get ready to do it again the next day. So it's a sacrifice and it's a commitment.
I'd say my proudest moment really is just being able to have this opportunity and do it all. I mean, I got the schooling paid for and made it through that, and being able to do something that I'm really interested in.
But playing baseball is awesome through the apprentice school, because it definitely just opens more doors to move up in the company. You can't have much more fun playing baseball.
Probably is the best decision that you could make coming out of high school. You're going to be able to pay your own bills, start your own career, and also at the same time, you could get your education for free. So it's really a no-brainer.
I was recruited right out of high school. Had a defensive coordinator come to my school and say, hey man, you're not going to have any student debt when you finish up. You're going to get to play football and work with your hands every day. I said, sign me up right then and there. Greatest experience of my life thus far.
You got to have some guts. You got to be hard-nosed to be able to survive this place, this culture, this atmosphere. So what we do is we come in, we tell our guys there are no excuses. We want guys that are smart, that are going to be able to come in here and get the classwork done. That's first and foremost. But secondly, we want hard-nosed guys that really love the game of football, guys that, you know, they can't wait to get over to football practice and they love to compete. And we play a fast, high-paced, exciting brand of football, so that's something they can look forward to every day. With the way we're trending and the way our program is recruiting, I can tell you that we're going to be moving into some spaces that apprentice football has never been before, and I'm excited about it.
It's a great opportunity to be able to come to the apprentice school, not only play the sport, but also be able to have a career out of it as well, too.
And welcome back to courtside here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Once again, want to thank all of our viewers who have tuned in this evening to watch this evening basketball matchup between the Lady Builders and the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And as we're now set to start the second half, both teams are out of the locker room. The Lady Builders will have the basketball first to start the second half, and the hope is that the Lady Builders will come out in the second half with a little bit more energy than they did in the first half. As we saw the ladies get down early in the basketball game, we saw them down by as many as 10 points in the basketball game, but they've been able to battle back and get themselves to within one of the Mustangs as we start the third period here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. As a feed down low to Sabri Clegg, misses, and the 10th rebound of tonight is pulled down by Imani Simmons. Again, Imani Simmons, 10 rebounds to go with her 3 points tonight as she is guarded closely. Here's Alexander. Alexander, 6 points, 2 3-point shots. Misses that 3-point opportunity as Jones has her pocket picked by Alexander. Alexander with the outlet to Harris, but Harris misses. Here's Jones with the Lady Builders trailing 30-29. And another turnover by the Lady Builders. Here's Simmons. Simmons to Harris. Harris misses. Off to Lemons, who puts it up off the glass and good. 32-29 is the score. Lemons records her 17th point of tonight's basketball game. She is by far the leading scorer for the Mustangs at 17, 8:45 left in the third as Weddington controls the basketball for the Lady Builders. 14 seconds on the shot clock as Jones squares for another 3-point shot. Misses. Clegg with the rebound. Put back, no good. Rebound taken by Alexis Harris. Here's Simmons. Lady Builders continue to trail in the basketball game 32-29 as the Builders come out in a man-to-man defense, trying to force the Mustangs to have to drive the basketball to the basket, and that's exactly what Simmons does. Simmons, 5 points to go along with 10 rebounds tonight for the Mustangs, as the Mustangs settle into a 2-3 defense. Builders with the basketball, 15 seconds on the shot clock, 7:55 on the game clock as Weddington, again, whose shooting hand is heavily wrapped, gets it to Tunis, who's able to score in the lane. 34-31, Mustangs lead by 3, 7:44 left in the third. Here's Lemons with the basketball, being guarded by Weddington. Here's Harris with the feed down low to a cutting Murray, Kanisha Murray, who's able to put the shot up and in. 36-31, Mustangs again continue to lead in the basketball game. They have not surrendered the lead at all tonight. They've led throughout. 7:15 left on the clock, 16 seconds on the shot clock as Jones finds Weddington to Tunis. Tunis misses, put back up, no good by Clegg, but the rebound and the putback is also no good for Jones, but she is fouled.
Mustangs foul number 3, Amanda Lemons.
That foul will be on Amanda Lemons. That will be her second personal foul to go along with her 17 points as Aquasia Jones toes the line to shoot 2. As the first of 2 is drained. Taylor McCaslin makes her way back into the basketball game. As Sabri Clegg will make her way to the sideline. Mustangs leading 36-32, 7:03 left in the third period. And Jones makes them both. 36-33 is our score. Mustangs leading the Lady Builders here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Once again, want to thank everyone for joining us. Howard McCain here bringing you play-by-play action of this evening's basketball game as Simmons, step back 3, no good. Rebound taken by Jones. Builders, shot up, no good. And how many times have we seen that tonight from the Lady Builders, where they've had an opportunity at point-blank range layups, but just unable to get them to go for some reason, as Lemons on the other end makes them pay. And for Lemons, that is her 20th point of tonight's game. 39-33 is the score. The Mustangs continue to lead as Tunis able to get the shot to go off the bank. 39-35, 6:08 left in the third period. Again, Mustangs playing just well enough to continue to lead in the basketball game as they turn it over. Here's Aquasia Jones. Aquasia Jones coast to coast with the basketball, and she's able to score. 39-37, 5:48 remaining in the third period as the Lady Builders, who trail by 1 at the half, now trail by 2 as Alexander attempts to get her shot off, but it's blocked by Weddington. Weddington with numbers. Splits the defense, shot is up and good, and the Lady Builders have tied the basketball game at 39 apiece at the 5:29 mark of the third period here at home against the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University, and we've been waiting for it and waiting for it and waiting for it. We've been waiting for the energy level for the Lady Builders to kind of pick up, and I think we've seen just a small sample of it here as both teams have come out of the locker room to start the third period. Lady Builders did go into the half down by 1, 30-29, but they have been able to put together enough points and enough stops to now tie the basketball game at 39 apiece. 5:29 remaining here in the third period. Lady Builders are on a roll. .529 again left in the third period as the basketball is inbound by the Mustangs, but we have a quick stoppage in play because the official, Cindy Lotu, stops the play and gives a warning to Coach Nicole Jackson. She is outside of the coach's box. So that is her first warning of the basketball game. The second warning will result in technicals for her team, but right now the Lady Builders have tied the score. 39-39 as the feed goes down low to Murray. Murray unable to do anything with the basketball, and she turns it over. Traveling violation on the Mustangs. And here is the first opportunity of tonight to take the lead for the Lady Builders. Again, score 39-39, 5:07 left in the third. Here's Weddington. Brittany Jones looks over the defense. Can't find anything. Weddington with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Jones. Skip pass to Aquasia Jones. Makes her way to the basket, but she is fouled. That foul call will go on Kenesha Murray. That will be her second personal foul. As we see now, Simmons, Lemons, Murray, and Harris all have 2 fouls apiece in the basketball game as Jones steps to the line. And the first free throw goes down. That's 3 consecutive makes now for Aquasia Jones here in the second half. And the Builders have now taken a 1-point lead. And the second one is good. 41-39, Lady Builders have battled back from down as many as 10 in the basketball game to the Mustangs, but they've now taken a 2-point lead of their own as Harris works with the basketball. Harris, guarded by McCaslin, misses. Here's Jones. Here's another opportunity for the Lady Builders as the outlet goes to Brittany Jones, who's able to score. 43-39, 4:24 left, and you see the Lady Builders starting to take over here in the basketball game. Lemons with 20 points tonight. Can't do it all by herself. She needs a little bit of help. As the pass goes to Simmons. Simmons, tough job handling the basketball on the sideline, dribbles it out of bounds, and that will be another turnover for the Mustangs, as the gym has gone pretty much silent here, even though the Lady Builders have come back and taken the lead with 4:02 left in the third. 43-39 is our score. Jones squares for a long 3-point shot, and it is good. The Lady Builders have now extended their lead, ladies and gentlemen, to 7 points, and we get a timeout. Timeout being taken by Coach Charles Troxell, and that gives Coach Charles Troxell an opportunity to get his troops to the sideline and give them an opportunity to find out what the heck is going on, because this is not the same team that took the lead early in the first half and held it till halftime. The Mustangs have come out in the second half. They've come out somewhat lethargic here in the second half. Didn't expect to see that, considering they played with all the energy in the first half, but now momentum has shifted. Now the energy has gone over to the Lady Builder bench, and they've become energized, and they've given themselves a 7-point lead here in the third period. Right now, both teams are getting an opportunity to get some strategy, because if you are Coach Troxel and the Mustangs, you need points. The Lady Mustangs have not scored in a while. So can he give them a set play that they can run out of the timeout that will give them the best opportunity to score and give themselves some momentum, and also give themselves some energy, as both teams are now out of the timeout, and they're making their way back onto the court for the next 3:48 of the third period. Here's Lemons, who is matched tonight by Aquasia Jones. Both players with 20 points in tonight's basketball game is Harris. Looks for Lemons, but Lemons is fouled. That call will be on Alexis Weddington. That will be her second personal foul to go along with her 10 points tonight. That will only be the team's second foul of the third period, so no shots upcoming. It's Lemons. Shot is blocked by Aquasia Jones. That is Aquasia Jones' third blocked shot of the basketball game. Standing at 5'10", playing like she's more about 6'2", 6'3" tonight. Lemons works against McCaslin. Traveling violation right there, not called by the official, as Alexander tries to get her three-point shot off, but it's blocked by Weddington, and Weddington is fouled. So that will be a non-shooting foul once again for the Lady Builders. That will only be the third team foul committed by the Mustangs. 46-39 is our score. 3:15 left in the third, as the Lady Builders work against the 1-2-2. And the shot by Brittany Jones is good. Circus shot that time by Brittany Jones, got turned all the way around on the foul, and she did what most scorers do, just get the ball up to the basket, and maybe God will be on your side and it'll fall in, and it did. 48-39 is our score, 3:05 left in the third. As Brittany Jones is able to convert the three-point play, and she records her 8th point of tonight's ball game, and the Lady Builders have now built a 10-point lead of their own. Here's Simmons with the basketball, working against the man-to-man defense by the Lady Builders. Step back three is no good, but there's a foul. That foul will go on Brittany Jones, and for Brittany Jones, that will be her first personal foul. And if you're Brittany Jones, one of the cardinal rules in basketball, folks, you never foul a jump shooter. But that time, foul committed by Jones. So Simmons will shoot three, and the first of three goes down. Builders 49, Lady Mustangs 40, 2:48 left, as Simmons makes the second of three. And that makes the score now 49-41. As Simmons misses. Jones clears. Here's Jones. Had the basketball knocked away momentarily, but she's able to corral it and get it to Weddington. Back to Jones, long three-point shot, no good. Tunis is there, but her putback is no good, and the ball comes off to the Mustangs. Here's Simmons. Simmons, shot up, no good, but she was fouled. Correction, that foul is going to go on Simmons. Simmons commits the offensive foul. She pushed off to be able to create enough space to get the shot off. She commits her third personal foul, so she's the first Mustang in foul trouble. She has three to go along with her 7 points. She now has double-digit rebounds in the basketball game for the Mustangs as Tunis gets it over to Jones. Jones able to find a lane, but her shot is blocked. Here's Murray. Murray down low to Harris, who gets the shot up and good. So that cuts the Lady Builder lead to 6. 49-43, 145 left in the third here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Lady Builders trying to build on their 8-14 mark, trying to pick up their 9th victory as Brittany Jones travels. So that will be a turnover for the Lady Builders as they hold firm to their 6-point lead as we tick down to 1.5 minutes left in the third period here. Lemons with the basketball. She's been silent for quite a while, even though she scored 20 points in the basketball game. Quasia Jones with the near steal, unable to handle it on the sideline, and she steps out of bounds. That will not go down as a change of possession, so the shot clock will stay at 16. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the third here. Here's Simmons. Simmons picked up her dribble, can't find anyone to get it to, and she turns it over. Tried to get it to Kanisha Murray on the sideline, but Murray just could not handle the pass, so that's going to be a turnover. Ball goes back to the Lady Builders. 1:10 left on the game clock here in the third. As the Lady Builders work against the defense. Long three-point shot, no good. The carom comes off to the Mustangs as we are now under 1 minute left here in the third. Lady Builders with a 6-point lead as Harris looks. Works against McCaslin. Harris to the basket, but she is fouled. That foul call will go on Alexis Weddington. That will be her third personal foul. Only the third team foul, and that will still put Alexis Harris at the line to shoot 2 with the clock stopped at 38.5 seconds, and she makes the first of 2. (49-44) is our score. Lady Builders by 5. And the second of 2 is missed. Rebound taken by Aquasia Jones. Builders can't hold for the final shot. Here's Brittany Jones in the corner to McCaslin. Weddington with the shot clock at 15. Here's Jones. Feed goes inside, and the ball is turned over, but Alexander stepped on the baseline. 19.1 seconds. That will go down as a change of possession. So the final shot of the third period will belong to the Lady Builders with 19.1 seconds left as the ball is thrown away. Here's Simmons. Simmons' shot is no good. 13 seconds on the clock as Weddington runs. 11 seconds. Weddington splits the defense. Alexander able to reach inside, knock the ball loose, and it goes off of the thigh of Weddington out of bounds. So the Mustangs, with 9.1 seconds left in the third, have an opportunity as Lemons with 20 points, shot up 1 second. And that will do it for the third period of action here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as the Mustangs now trail the Lady Builders by a score of 49-44. And we'd like to welcome you back to courtside here with Howard McCain. Thank you so much for joining us. Entertaining third period there. A lot of points scored. 14 points scored by the visiting Mustangs and 20 points scored by the Lady Builders. And the Lady Builders now have a 5-point lead at the end of the third period here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. But we did see the Lady Builders balloon a lead of 10 points, but they did have that cut in half as the third period continued to go on. As we take a look at some of the stats through 3. After 3 periods of play, Amanda Lemons still continues to lead all scorers for the visiting Mustangs with 20 points. She's the next leading scorer is Amani Simmons with 7, but Amani Simmons has made the majority of her contributions in the basketball game on the rebounding. She currently has 10 rebounds. She's very close to a double-double in this basketball game. 14 total turnovers committed by the visiting Mustangs for the Lady Builders. Aquasia Jones with 20 points, 16 rebounds. She already has a double-double, and so does Alexis Weddington. She has 10 points and 10 rebounds. Lady Builders have committed 10 turnovers themselves. So we now start the fourth and final period here of tonight's matchup between the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and your own Lady Builders. As Alexander, her first shot of the fourth is up and no good, but she is fouled.
Talithia Alexander at the line for Mustangs shooting 2.
So Talithia Alexander will shoot 2, as she has now added to her point total. She has now 7 points in the basketball game. Remember, she scored her 6 points in the first period of tonight's basketball game and has not scored again until now, where she makes both free throws for the Mustangs. Mustangs trail now by 3, 49-46, 9:36 left in the basketball game. Is Weddington. Looks over the defense, gets the ball off to Jones. Jones is fouled. That foul call will be on Imani Simmons. That is Imani Simmons' 4th personal foul, and like we mentioned early on in the broadcast, the Mustangs cannot substitute as the shot by Alexis Weddington is up, and she is fouled. So Alexis Weddington adds to her point total. That is her 12th point of tonight's basketball game, and she will step to the line to shoot a single free throw to try and complete the 3-point play. Unfortunately, she misses. So the Builder lead will stay at 5. 51-46, 9:18 remaining in the basketball game, as Lemons, again, who's been quiet with the basketball much of the second half. She went into the halftime locker room with 20 points, and I believe I'll take that back. She did hit one shot in the third, a 3-point shot, and she is fouled on that shot. That foul will be on Alexis Weddington. So for Alexis Weddington, that is her 4th personal foul. So Alexis will have to be careful here for the remainder of the basketball game if she wants to stay on the court as a participant, as the first of 2 goes down for Lemons. Lemons now active on the scoreboard yet again. That's her 21st point, and that is her 22nd point of tonight's ball game. 51-48 is the score. Lady Builders with a 3-point lead, 9 minutes left in the basketball game. Here's Jones over to Weddington. Weddington, long 3-point shot off the back of the iron, and the rebound is cleared by Simmons. So for Simmons, that is her 11th rebound of tonight's basketball game to go with her 7 points. As Harris is able to get around the defense of Weddington, Weddington had no choice but to let her go instead of picking up that 5th and final foul. So now the Builders lead is now 1, as the long 3-point shot by the Builders misses. Lady Builders 51, Mustangs 50. Mustangs with an opportunity to take the lead, but they turn it over. Here's Jones. Jones. Shot up and good. And the Lady Builders continue to do just enough to keep themselves on top in this basketball game, as we are now at 6:52 remaining in the basketball game. As the feed goes down low to Harris, who's able to get around the defense, and she scores. 53-52, the Mustangs refusing to go away in the basketball game. They trail by 1. Long 3-point shot misses by McCaslin. Mustangs running. Simmons Pass blocked. Here comes Weddington. Defense picked up by Lemons. Lemons able to affect the shot just enough to make Weddington miss. And now the Mustangs have an opportunity on this possession to regain the lead. They trail 53 to 52, 7:02 remaining in the basketball game as Simmons works against Jones. 13 seconds on the shot clock is Lemons, who's pretty far from the basket as we're now down under 10. Shot clock at 7, 6. Harris with the basketball, works 3, 2, 1. Shot is good if it goes, and she misses. Here's Jones. Jones crosses over. Harris to get to the basket, and the shot is good, and we get a timeout. Timeout being taken by Nicole Jackson and the Lady Builders, as they will take a full timeout here at the 6:36 mark of the fourth quarter. And the Lady Builders currently hold to a very, very slim lead, 3-point lead, but it's a lead nonetheless. 3 points, 10 points, 1 point, who cares? Right now, the Lady Builders are on top of this basketball game, and they are just trying to hold on. But when you look at the Mustangs, folks, they just absolutely refuse to go away in this basketball game. It looked like when the Lady Builders built that 10-point lead that the ladies were just going to take over and just walk away with this one easily. But Coach Charles Troxell's scrappy Mustang team continues to scrap and fight to stay in this basketball game, and they find themselves down by only 3 with an eternity left to play in the basketball game. Coach Troxell still has 2 timeouts, while Coach Jackson still has 3 timeouts of her own to play with. It's just been a great ball game. Momentum, we've seen it switch from sideline to sideline. Now the momentum is anybody's right now, as both teams are now done with their timeout, and they're now making their way back onto the court to play out this remaining 6:36 of tonight's ball game. As the Mustangs inbound, here's Lemons. Lemons again, 22 points on tonight. By far the leading scorer for the Mustangs, and she's picked up on defense by McCaslin. Here's Alexander, who's able somehow to get it to Lemons, but her shot does not go. Here's Jones. Jones running. But prior to Jones getting to the basket, she's fouled. That foul will be on Kanisha Murray. That's her 3rd personal foul. As we see the personals start to mount up just a little bit for the Mustangs at the 6:14 mark in the basketball game. Here's Tunis over to Jones. Jones able to knife between defenders and get to the basket for the layup. 57-52, Lady Builders. 6 minutes left in the basketball game as Lemons gets the basketball to Harris. Here's Alexander with 15 seconds on the shot clock, finds Lemons under the basket. Nice cut made by Lemons to get underneath the basket to receive the pass for the easy layup. And that keeps the Mustangs within 3, 1 possession. Lead being enjoyed right now by the Lady Builders as the ball goes inside to Sabree Clegg, who's been on the bench for much of the basketball game. So she will probably be in for the remaining 5:23. So Sabree should be fresh to play down the stretch as Lemons being guarded by McCaslin. Lemons gets to the basket, but she is fouled. That foul will go on Aquasia Jones, so that will be her first personal foul. Aquasia Jones with 26 points in the basketball game tonight. Lemons steps to the line to shoot 2. And the first goes down. 57-55 is our score. 5:13 left in the basketball game. Lady Builders with a 1-possession lead and now a 1-point lead. 57-56 is our score. Brittany Jones able to get inside, but her shot is missed. And once again, with the basketball is the Mustangs, and the Mustangs on this possession have an opportunity to regain the lead from the Lady Builders, who once led by 10, but have watched that lead evaporate as the kick goes out to the corner for the three-point shot by Harris. No good, but we have a foul. And if that foul is on Simmons, which it is, that is Simmons, Imani Simmons, that is her 5th and final personal foul. Simmons is now disqualified, so she will leave the court with 7 points on tonight. And again, for Coach Charles Troxell, he has no one on the bench that can go in. So for the remaining 4:40 of this basketball game, the Lady Builders will have the numbers advantage tonight. Builders, 5 players, Mustangs only 4. As McCaslin shoots the jumper, no good, but is tracked down by Jones. Again, the Builders with a player advantage as McCaslin shoots another jump shot. That is no good. So there is a foul on the rebound by Sabree Clegg. As we see the Lady Builders take on the undermanned Mustangs, who again, with only 4 players, and the Lady Builders are taking jump shots. So Lady Builders have the advantage on offense as they can double team pretty much any player on the court as Jones is out and running, and she's fouled. That foul call will, I believe, go on to Letha Alexander. And if that is the case, and it is, that will be her 3rd personal foul. So now, the Mustangs have 3 players with 3 fouls in the basketball game, 3:57 left. And Aquasia Jones will step to the line to try to add to her 26 points tonight, and she does just that. 58-56 is our score now. Lady Builders lead by 2. As the second of 2 misses. So everything is still in front of the Mustangs as the Builders try the backcourt trap. It does not work. Builders now double teaming all over the floor. Here's Alexander, step back 3, misses. Rebound comes off to Murray, who's fouled by Sabree Clegg. So that will be Sabree Clegg's 3rd personal foul to go along with her 7 points. And at the line to shoot 2 will be Kanisha Murray. So Kanisha Murray has an opportunity to tie this basketball game, again, with only 4 eligible players on the court for the Mustangs. Mustangs trail by 1. And Murray is able to get the second of 2. And ladies and gentlemen, we are tied. 58-58, 3:39 remaining in the basketball game. It's a 4-on-5 basketball game here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, as Imani Simmons has now fouled out of the basketball game for the visiting team. So now they can only play or finish the game with only 4 players. We've seen the Lady Builders do this in one of their basketball games, and they were still able to win the game. It was a great game, great win for the Lady Builders, but you don't want to see the fortunes be reversed against you. You have 6 players that are eligible to play for the remaining 3:39 of this basketball game. The Mustangs only have 4, but they're right there in it, as both teams are now back onto the court. 3:39 remaining in the basketball game. This one should be good down the stretch. Jones with the basketball, 3:36 left in the basketball game, as the Builders go to work on the undermanned Mustang team, who've pretty much packed everyone down into the lane, and they're going to force the Lady Builders to have to shoot over the top of them. And that long 3-point shot comes off. Brittany Jones shoots yet another jumper, but Aquasia Jones is able to come down with the rebound. Put back, no good, but she is fouled. That foul will be on Lemons. So for Lemons, that will be her 3rd personal foul. Aquasia Jones will step to the line to shoot 2, 3:12 remaining. Teams are tied at 58. And the tie is broken. Builders 59, Mustangs 58. Mustangs have fought throughout this basketball game to make it extremely interesting down the stretch. As the second of two by Aquasia Jones rolls off, but McCaslin is there for the putback for the Lady Builders, and that is huge because that now gives the Lady Builders a 3-point lead as we have a stoppage in play. Cindy Levertu noticed that there was a situation with the clock. So the shot clock now sits at 26 seconds, game clock at 3:01. Lady Builders lead by 3. Here's Harris with the basketball. Alexander, 3-point shot, no good. McCaslin with the rebound, and the Lady Builders decide to slow things down with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the basketball game. Here's Jones going against, again, the 4-man front of the Mustangs, and we have a foul. That foul will go against Alexis Harris. So for Alexis Harris, that is now her 4th personal foul. As Tunis will step in to shoot 2. Lady Builders lead 61-58. First of 2 misses, and that's where our score will remain. 2:36 left. As the Mustangs now have another player in foul trouble. Again, that's Alexis Harris. She has 4 fouls to go along with her 9 points. So defensively, as we have a traveling violation, turnover by Lemons. Alexis Weddington will make her way back into the basketball game. For Sabri, I'm sorry, that's not for Sabri Clegg. She will remain on the floor. Taylor McCaslin will have a seat. 2:29 left. Weddington to the basket. Reverse layup is no good. Rebound taken by Harris. Again, Harris, 4 personal fouls. Goes coast to coast and misses the layup. 2:15 remaining. Lady Builders up 62-58 as Sabri Clegg shot is up and good. 64-58, 2:05 left in the basketball game as the Lady Builders have now opened up a 6-point lead against the undermanned Mustang basketball team as the shot is missed by Murray. Long outlet to Brittany Jones, and she scores. So now the Builders have opened up an 8-point lead as the clock continues to tick. We're now down to 140 as the Builders trap in the backcourt. Ball is handled in the front court by Murray. And the loose ball is picked up by Murray over to Lemons. Lemons' 3-point shot is good. Wow. It didn't even look like she was looking at the basket, but she hit nothing but bottom on that 3. As she picks up her 29th point, but we have a foul. And if that foul is on Alexis Harris, then Alexis Harris is disqualified, and Alexis Harris is now out of the basketball game. That is her 5th and final personal foul, and she will exit tonight's basketball game with 9 points. So now the Mustangs find themselves down 2 players. So for the remaining 1:17 of the basketball game, the Lady Builders, it will be 5-on-3. As Aquasia Jones steps in to shoot the first of 2, and the first of 2 is good. 67-61. 1:17 remaining in the basketball game. Mustangs have just lost another player to fouls tonight. And the second of 2 from Aquasia Jones goes down, and Aquasia Jones has 30 points in tonight's basketball game for the Lady Builders. As Lemons works, looking for a shot, working extremely hard, just cannot find anything as far as an easy shot goes, as Weddington gets the breakaway layup to go. 70-69 is the score. We're now under a minute left to play here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding, and the Lady Builders have been able to persevere and fight back from being down 10 points in the basketball game to the Mustangs to now lead by 9 with about 35 seconds left on the clock as Lemons drains her 31st point of tonight's ball game, and she looks exhausted. But thankfully for her, the basketball game is close to its end as Clegg shoots, misses. Game clock now down to 18 seconds, so the Mustangs can hold for the final 18.8 here in this basketball game as they're now down by 5. Coach Troxel asks his ladies to push it. They're only down by, okay, we have a correction on the scoreboard. I thought they were down by 2 possessions, but they're not. They're down by 3. As Lemons looks to dribble out the clock. 1 second left, launches a long 3. Shot is no good. And that's how the night will end here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as the Lady Builders come away with a 70-63 victory tonight over the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University. And I have to tip my hat to the Lady Mustangs. Don't get me wrong, I am extremely happy that the Lady Builders won this basketball game. But we've seen the Lady Builders have to play other teams with only 5 eligible players to be able to go onto the court. The Mustangs found themselves in the same predicament, but they did not let that stop them as Coach Charles Troxel gets his team to come out tonight and play extremely hard. Not only did they build a 10-point lead in the basketball game, they were able to take a lead into the halftime locker room. But as the second half wore on and the second half adjustments were made by Coach Nicole Jackson with her team, they got out and started to run. The next thing you know, the Lady Builders were able to erase the lead that was on the scoreboard by the Mustangs and able to amount a lead of their own, able to get up to at least a 10-point lead in the basketball game. After that, the fouls for the Lady Mustangs started to mount, and they started to lose players who were no longer eligible to finish the basketball game, and the Lady Builders used that to go ahead and put this basketball game away 70-63 as we look at the final stat totals for both teams. As we mentioned earlier, Amanda Lemons, who pretty much scored the majority of the points tonight for the visiting Mustangs, she poured in 31 points all by herself. The rebounding edge goes to Imani Simmons, who did foul out of the basketball game. She had 13 rebounds to go along with 7 points. The Lady Mustangs committed 17 turnovers tonight, and that's pretty big. They were only 35% from the field, shooting 21 of 60. They were 7 of 19 from three-point land and 14 of 18 from the free throw line. For the Lady Builders, it was Aquasia Jones who poured in 30 points of her own tonight. And get this, she had 23 rebounds. That's a huge double-double tonight for Aquasia Jones. I'm sure she'll be happy to see those totals once they're shared with them in the locker room. Behind her on the scoring column is Alexis Weddington. She had 14 points, 11 rebounds of her own. So another player with a double-double tonight. Lady Builders committed 10 turnovers, 27 of 76 shooting. That's for 35.5%. They were 2 of 18 from three-point line and 14 of 24 from the stripe. So as it goes, the Lady Builders record their 9th win of this season. They now improved their record to 9-14. They're still now 6-3 instead of 5-3 in the EMAC after tonight's win. Again, your final here from the, sorry, excuse me, the mouth is a little dry. I've been talking quite a bit. So as we close things out here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, your final score, Lady Builders 70, the Mustangs of Mid-Atlantic Christian University 63. For Sekou Fry and for Bayport Credit Union, again, we want to say thank you so much for supporting Builder Athletics. I'm Howard McCain, and we're saying good night. And remember, this is Builder Basketball.